For several years now, Brook Special School Center for the Deaf and Autistic in Zimmerman, Nairobi County, has been home to more than 50 children living with autism. The children were rescued after being abandoned by their parents and guardians. It is lunchtime when we arrive, and the children here are lining up to wash their hands before eating. One cannot help but notice their struggle with moving around and communicating.
Autistic kids are totally different from one another. We have severely autistic children, and we have children who also have mild autism. They respond differently. You find some of them are purely autistic, others are autistic and have epilepsy. Others have intellectual deficit, learning disabilities, and others would have other sensitivities and other psychiatric kind of elements. So they vary from one child to the other.
He was showing me stuff.
But despite their young age, they have forged partnerships that make life easier. For example, James, who has poor coordination, has found a helper in Rose, who happens to be deaf.
And she can help James by doing things very quickly. Because James cannot do things so quickly. So that's how they help each other. You see, they have stories, they can talk to each other.
The center's founder, Timothy Liani, says autistic children have special needs due to a myriad of health conditions, and treatment is expensive. Treatment for autism children is expensive, and a section of parents and caregivers in Nairobi are calling upon the government to include it in the National Hospital Insurance Fund cover.
You find a child who needs 25,000 to make a move from here to the other side. So I think it's important that some of these equipments and some of the aids that some of the children need to be subsidized in terms of costing. That one will really help.
Ningetaka kwanza tuanzie watoto wetu wako na cerebral palsy, autistic children, tuwapatie cover ya NHIF na tuwaweke katika cash transfer scheme, ndio sasa turudi kwa wazee. Hiyo ni keki sio ugali.
Miles away in Kisii County, parents with autistic children have formed an organization, the Dazzling Autistic Center, to create awareness of the condition. Autism affects information processing in the brain by altering how nerve cells and their synapses connect and organize. Parents usually notice signs in the first 2 or 3 years of their child's life. Autism is caused by a combination of genetic and environmental factors. Risk factors include certain infections during pregnancy. Around 1/3 of people with autism remain nonverbal. Around 1/3 of people with autism have an intellectual disability. Certain medical and mental health issues frequently accompany autism. They include gastrointestinal disorders, seizures, sleep disturbance, attention deficit and hyperactivity disorder, anxiety, and phobias. Linus Moshigadi for Channel 1 News.